You've been lied to. Every day you're surrounded by shiny quotes, smiling gurus, and self-help advice that promises to change your life. But what if I told you that some of these popular ideas are actually making you miserable? Today, we're going to uncover the self-help myths that are secretly ruining your happiness and keeping you stuck in a cycle of frustration, making you wonder why your life feels harder despite trying everything they tell you. Number 8. Let's start with one of the biggest offenders, the just be positive mantra. It sounds harmless, right? Like a soft, comforting phrase meant to brighten your mood. But here's the truth. Pretending everything is fine doesn't make the problems disappear. Imagine putting a happy face sticker on a broken car engine. That doesn't fix the car, it just hides the damage underneath. Forcing yourself to smile through everything is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. Sooner or later, it's going to shoot back up and smack you right in the face. Your brain isn't a light switch you can flip on and off. Ignoring negative feelings doesn't erase them, it just pushes them deeper, letting them grow and build pressure under the surface. Those uncomfortable feelings you try to avoid, they aren't enemies. They're signals from your brain, alerting you that something in your life needs attention. Ignoring those signals is like ignoring your car's check engine light, hoping the problem will magically fix itself. It's perfectly okay to feel sad, angry, or anxious. These emotions are part of being human, not signs of weakness. Real positivity isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about recognizing your struggles and still choosing to keep moving forward despite them. That's not denial, that's resilience. When you allow yourself to acknowledge those tougher emotions, you become more in tune with yourself, and that honesty can open doors to lasting peace. Number 7. The hustle culture obsession. Now, let's talk about hustle culture, the widely celebrated idea that you must grind 24/7 to achieve success. It's everywhere. You see it on social media, in motivational speeches, and plastered across gym walls. Phrases like sleep is for the weak or grind now, shine later make overworking sound heroic. But here's the real story. Working yourself to the brink of exhaustion isn't a sign of dedication. It's a fast track to burnout and regret. Your brain and body need rest to function at their best. Without enough sleep or downtime, you become more prone to mistakes, your productivity crashes, and your health starts to deteriorate. Hustle culture glamorizes exhaustion as if it's a trophy to show off. But in reality, it leads to sloppy work, poor decision-making, and long-term burnout. The myth ignores a crucial fact. After a certain point, working longer hours doesn't lead to better results. It just drains your energy and leaves you with diminishing returns. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a fundamental human need, just like food or water. You wouldn't go days without eating and call it a productivity hack. Real success isn't just about hard work. It's about working smarter, taking care of yourself, and knowing when to pause. The truth is, rest recharges your focus and creativity, allowing you to approach challenges with a clear mind. And let's face it, what's the point of chasing your dreams if you're too exhausted to enjoy the rewards? If success costs you your mental and physical well-being, is it really success at all? Number 6. Now, we move to another dangerous myth, the illusion of having it all. You know the idea you can have the perfect career, flawless relationships, ideal health, a buzzing social life, and inner peace all at the same time. Sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? That's because it is. Life isn't about juggling every single priority perfectly. It's about making choices. Time and energy are limited resources. When you pour your energy into one area, you naturally have less for another. Trying to be perfect in every area of your life at once often leads to burnout and constant dissatisfaction. This myth sets an impossible standard. It creates unrealistic expectations and a constant sense of guilt whenever you fall short of this ideal life. The truth is, life has seasons. There are times when your career will take priority, and others when family or personal growth become your main focus. Choosing to prioritize one thing doesn't mean you're failing in everything else. It simply means you're being realistic about your limits. True fulfillment comes from focusing on what matters most to you in the moment, not chasing a fantasy of doing everything perfectly at once. Trying to have it all can end up making you feel like you're failing at everything, instead of feeling satisfied with what you've already accomplished. Number 5. Next up is one of the trickiest myths, fake it till you make it. On the surface, this advice can seem harmless or even empowering. Projecting confidence in uncomfortable situations can help in some cases. But pretending you have skills or knowledge that you don't really possess, that can create a mountain of problems. Faking your way through everything can trigger intense anxiety and lead to imposter syndrome. You'll constantly worry about being exposed as a fraud. Plus, when you focus on faking it, you miss out on opportunities to actually learn and grow. Imagine if a surgeon decided to fake their expertise on their first day. Terrifying, right? Constantly pretending to be something you're not wears down your energy and slowly chips away at your self-confidence. Honesty about what you don't know is not a weakness. It's the foundation of real learning and growth. It's far better to admit when you lack knowledge and then take steps to learn. Confidence that comes from genuine skills lasts far longer than any temporary act. You may feel vulnerable at first, but embracing honesty ultimately creates stronger foundations for long-term success. Number 4. Now let's talk about another common piece of advice. Follow your passion. This sounds like a beautiful message. Find what you love and let it lead you to success and happiness. But here's the hard truth. Passion doesn't always pay the bills. Not every passion can be turned into a career, and sometimes turning a hobby into work strips it of all its joy. What was once fun and relaxing can quickly become stressful and demanding. Many people misunderstand passion as something that magically leads to success. But the truth is, passion often grows from getting good at something over time. It's usually a result of practice, progress, and seeing the impact of your efforts. Instead of chasing passion blindly, focus on building useful skills. Look for work that doesn't drain your energy, and let passion develop naturally along the way. And remember, it's perfectly fine to keep your passion as a hobby while working in a job that pays the bills. You don't have to monetize everything you love. Passion doesn't always need to become profit. In fact, sometimes leaving it as a hobby is what keeps it meaningful. Number 3. Let's now look at the famous law of attraction. According to this belief, if you think positively enough, you can attract anything you want. Money, love, success, or health. Just imagine it vividly, and the universe will supposedly deliver. It sounds amazing. But here's the truth. Positive thinking alone doesn't make things happen. You can visualize having a fit, healthy body all day long, but if you aren't exercising or eating well, you won't see results. The biggest flaw in the law of attraction is that it often ignores the most crucial ingredient: action. You can't just sit on the couch imagining success. You need to take consistent, deliberate steps toward your goals. Worse, this myth can make people blame themselves when things don't go as planned. It suggests that if you fail, it's because you didn't think positively enough, which is both unfair and damaging. A positive mindset is helpful, but it must be paired with action, realistic plans, and effort. The universe doesn't grant wishes just because you imagine them. Success happens when you think positively and follow through with hard work. It's not about waiting for miracles. It's about creating them through persistence and strategy. Number 2. Next, let's bust the soulmate myth. It's the romantic idea that there's a single perfect person out there who completes you, your other half destined by fate. It's a sweet story, but it sets unrealistic expectations for relationships. Believing in soulmates can make you overlook great potential partners simply because they don't fit your imagined version of perfection. Every disagreement or rough patch can feel like a sign you're with the wrong person. Relationships aren't about finding the perfect match. They're about two imperfect people choosing to grow together, despite their differences. They require hard work, communication, patience, and a willingness to compromise. Compatibility isn't something you magically discover. It's built through shared experiences, mutual respect, and effort. Waiting endlessly for a soulmate to appear can cause you to miss out on real, meaningful connections. Happiness doesn't come from another person completing you. It comes from working on yourself and building healthy relationships based on choice and effort. Rather than chasing a mythical ideal, focus on nurturing the connections you already have and growing alongside your partner. Number 1. The myth of constant happiness. Finally, let's tackle the biggest myth of all, the belief that happiness is a constant state. You've been told that happiness should be your default setting, and if you're not constantly happy, something is wrong with you. But that's not how emotions work. Happiness, like every other emotion, comes and goes. It's normal to feel a range of emotions throughout your life. Chasing permanent happiness is like trying to catch the wind. The harder you try, the more it slips through your fingers. Ironically, the constant pursuit of happiness can make you feel worse because it creates a sense of failure every time you experience sadness, stress, or frustration. Life isn't meant to be one long, uninterrupted joyride. It has ups and downs, and that's perfectly normal. Instead of chasing endless happiness, aim for something more sustainable, like contentment, peace of mind, or a sense of purpose. Learning to accept and navigate all your emotions, not just the pleasant ones, leads to a healthier, more balanced life. Sometimes it's okay to simply feel okay. You don't have to be happy every moment to have a meaningful life. In fact, accepting the natural flow of emotions often brings a deeper sense of peace than relentless positivity ever could. That's it for today. These myths may sound helpful on the surface, but they often create more harm than good. True growth doesn't come from chasing perfection or shortcuts. It comes from honesty, effort, and accepting that life is often messy, unpredictable, and challenging. If any of these myths struck a chord with you, drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more videos that cut through the noise and deliver the real truth, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.